2 of that deadly gas explosion and fire in the San Francisco suburb of San Bruno. It is a mess. Good evening. Glad you're with us on a Friday. I'm Chris Long.
And I'm Brooke Berry. Take a look at the video. Just amazing. Flames shooting hundreds of feet in the air. 4 people have now died in that explosion and the fire that tore through the neighborhood in South San Francisco last night.
And Brooke, dozens of people are injured there, some said to have serious burns, as you can well understand looking at those pictures. The massive explosion was apparently triggered by a ruptured gas line that sent flames roaring through the area, destroying more than 40 homes, damaging dozens of others.
The heat was so intense and burning. You thought you were going to catch on fire. It was just, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Authorities still need to search about a quarter of those homes in the affected fire area to see if perhaps there are other victims in them. The fire chief says some of the areas are just too hot to even search right now. Crews still have not been able to determine the exact cause of that gas line rupture.
And the devastation there really has us taking a second look at what happens in our areas. And we learned that a number of major gas lines run throughout Riverside County, with smaller lines running through almost every desert neighborhood.
And not that far beneath the surface. Today, KPSP Local 2 mobile journalist Chris Urkeley and Tom Tucker spoke with an expert about what to watch out for to help prevent a catastrophe where you live and or work. Tom, what'd you find?
Well, Chris and Brooke, explosions like we saw in San Bruno are thankfully few and far between, despite the many thousands of miles of gas pipeline which cross the state and the desert. However, the potential for trouble is always there.
When I saw that this morning, the whole neighborhood devastated. It looked like, as they say, like a plane crash in the neighborhood.
Cathedral City resident John Hernandez says he'll be paying more attention to his gas pipes and meter after watching the disaster unfold today in San Bruno. Hernandez has lived in the neighborhood for 7 years and has never had any gas-related issues, but takes nothing for granted.
It's pretty scary to know that there's a pipe here laying around somewhere that can actually do that.
The gas lines which run across the Coachella Valley can range anywhere from a ½ inch to more than 14 inches, according to expert Jimmy Carter, who detects and plugs gas leaks. He says some of the main lines in the desert are at least 50 years old, and as they age, the chances for issues increase.
That's always the fear, I guess, is age, is infrastructure, as gas lines get older and older. These types of things unfortunately happen.
Carter says a factor working in our favor here in the desert is the dry climate. In moist or humid climates, gas lines can corrode in as little as 3 years. But even here, leaks, especially around homes, do happen. Carter says he repairs anywhere from 10 to 12 a month. Now, a few things to keep in mind regarding gas lines. Of course, anytime you smell gas, don't hesitate to call the gas company. Also, discolored grass could be a sign of a leak below, as could a sudden spike in a gas bill. That could also be a sign of something wrong. Now, if you plan to dig, always dial 811 before you begin. The gas company will tell you where not to dig. Also today, the gas company did not return our phone calls. In the newsroom, Tom Tucker reporting, KPSP Local2.com.
Very helpful things to look out for. Thanks, Tom. As 7